Welcome to our Forex market analysis call in preparation for July 13th, 2017. Just a quick disclaimer before we get started. This is for educational purposes only, and if you have any questions about your individual investment needs, I recommend you talk to your investment advisor. So let's start off by taking a look at our calendar. Today the big thing was Bank of Canada rate decision, and we also had Fed Chair Yellen testifying. So in terms of Bank of Canada, we did see an interest rate hike. So over the last little bit, last couple of weeks here, several central banks have been very hawkish, and they've been talking about interest rate hikes or cutting back of the monetary policy. And the first one that we have actually seen take action on that is Bank of Canada. So ECB has been kind of hinting on it, and we also saw Bank of England talking about it as well. Now, Bank of Canada has actually gone ahead and done that. This actually shows commitment from them that they are actually serious about cutting back on the monetary policy. So this puts more of a bullish bias on the Canadian dollar. And overall, though, this kind of goes in the favor of central banks as well. So if Bank of Canada does this following in Fed's footsteps, so there will be other banks that are going to start doing that now. So that's going to be the theme that we will likely see unfold over the next little while, which means we could likely see things kind of go up against the US dollar. So just something to keep in mind. It's not immediate. So immediate is just the repercussions for Canadian dollar, but the rest of them, we may see some of these themes emerging. So something we'll have to keep in mind. And then we also have, we had crude oil inventories come out, and that's another thing that was bullish for Canadian dollar as well as Aussie and New Zealand dollar here, was that when commodities go up, Australian dollar, New Zealand dollar, and Canadian dollar go up as well. So for our oil inventories, there was a drawdown of oil as opposed to as opposed to there being an accumulation of that, which is more positive for the oil. All right, so now we are going to look at Thursday here. We have PPI numbers for Swiss francs. So Bank of England credit condition survey results will come out here. Not much in terms of our London session, but for New York we have PPI data, which is the purchasers price index. This is a leading indicator, so that's coming out for US. Here we have employment numbers and core PPI, as well as we have Fed Chair Yellen testifying again. We also have 2 FOMC members speaking here. So that's so again, more central bank themed tomorrow, but usually it's the first day that's usually a bigger one. So tomorrow should not be as bad, so we'll have this one here as well. But any comments that come out, we will certainly have to keep an eye on those out of Yellen. So let's start off from the top here. Okay, so we'll start off with looking at Euro US dollar here. For our euro, we did have a bearish day. However, it is still sitting here. It's still sitting above this 1380 level, which means it still has some bullishness left in it. So overall, though, bearish candle close, so we would look for a follow through. But the critical thing here is this 1.1380. If the price does not break this level, we're likely to see price go back towards the high of the range. So this is a bit of a range. This support level hasn't been broken in the last 3 days. So if we do not see a break of this, we're likely to see price go back up higher. If this one breaks, though, then we're looking for price to move down lower. And the first target to the downside here is 113.10 level. So we would be looking for price to come down. So the daily close is bearish, but we are cautious with this 1380 level. So let's go lower here. So this is what we have seen. price jumped up, did another move up. So it hasn't been as bullish as this move up here, which means we could see price come down lower. So in this case, this 1380 level is the one that we have to keep track of. We need to see that that level breaks, this one right here. So the type of move I'd be looking for here would be, so we could see price come back into this 1450 level and then drop here back into this 1380 level. And once the price breaks through this 1380 level, we may see price pull back up again and then drop from there. So this is the type of move we are looking for. The end target here is 113.10 level, which is this one right here, or even into the 1300 level. But this will be the important one. So in terms of entry, we're looking at this 1.1450 level as for a potential short opportunity. Let's have a quick look at our 1 hour here. So here we are, we've seen a drop, inefficient move. The chances, it's likely that this inefficient move will get filled. So price will likely move up higher into this 1350 level right about here, this support and resistance, and then we're looking for that drop. So that's the pound. Sorry, that was the euro. So pound has had a bullish close on the day. So right now, based on this, we're looking for a further move to the upside. In terms of our pullbacks, the pullback level will be 128.50 that we are watching out for. So we're bullish on the pound here. So this is where we are. Price has come back, came into this level here, this previous support and resistance level that we had discussed. It has come into that level, has bounced off of that level. And now at this point, let's get rid of this. At this point, we may see the price come back to test that level again. So if the price comes back here, stays above, then that could be a potential level for a long. So 128, 20-ish level could be a potential long. But if the price breaks down through this level, comes back and does this, then we're looking for a further move into a 127.50 level. But so this 128.20 level will be the one we are watching. So based on the daily though, it is looking bullish at the moment. So here's our 1 hour price. This is where the price came down and it has since gone back up. And now it looks like it's pushing up higher. So it could come and do this at 128.20 level. We may see a double bottom, or the price may just pull back into this pivot point level and just continue higher. So those will be the two level that we'll have to watch. It may do one of these things here. So keep an eye out for that. Overall though, based on daily close, that looks bullish. And the target here is 129.20. That will be the target. Aussie dollar, dollar CAD, a huge drop. And this, of course, is the follow through from the central bank announcement that we had talked about. Our target here, we have broken through this 127.65 level, and we are into this support and resistance level, so 126.80. This one, it's quite bearish, and with the central bank taking that stance, and also the oil, so two of those things caused this to drop. So let's go and take a look at, so we're definitely bearish on this. So this is what it looks like from a 4 hour perspective, and there isn't a whole lot right into here. Okay, so in terms of our pullback, 128.20 level looks like a good pullback. So we could see price go like that and then do a drop into this 26.80 area. So this is the previous support resistance level. So price may come back, go up, and then drop from there. So 128.20 for a potential short. If we go into the daily here, yeah, that looks like a good level. If it doesn't go up that high, we may just see it come into this. So 127.20, so which is the price is at right now. So if we go back into our 1 hour chart, this is where we are. So 127.92. So that's our, or 89, that's our pivot point level. So let's say about 12800. So that's kind of the level that would be important one to watch here. So going back, sorry, just trying to figure out where are we. So 128.20. Okay, so that's the best level that I like, 128.20 for a pullback and then a drop in this. If it does go higher, it is a big inefficient move, and that's where sometimes we can see price pull back up and then do another drop. So 128.20 is a good target. 12800 is a good place for potential short, as well as 128.50, this support and resistance area. So any of those pullback levels, then we are looking for another drop. Overall, we are bearish on dollar CAD. Aussie dollar, quite the opposite, because it moves in the opposite direction. Big bullishness here. We had a bullish close yesterday, and then we saw follow through. Now we are looking for another move to the upside. So the target here is 77.12 level, which will be the top level here. So looking for a move into that level. Here's our 4 hour. We're looking for a potential head and shoulders here. That did not play out, so we are still making lower highs here. Higher lows, higher highs and higher lows. So this looks bullish right now, and we're looking for basically a test of the 77.12 level. Once we have gone through that, then the next target here is 78.30. So let's say it's about 78, yeah, 78.30 level will be the second target to the upside. So right now, looking quite bullish. That's where the next one is. So let's see where we could get a potential pullback in this. In terms of pullback, we could see price come back into the pivot point. So pivot point level will be good, but it looks quite bullish at the moment. It looks like it wants to push up higher. So this is the pivot point level, 76.65 area. So price could come back here and then go up higher. But right now that looks fairly bullish. So definitely bullish on Aussie dollar. New Zealand dollar, New Zealand was quite bearish, and now we have seen that the price has not broken. So we had talked about the 7,200 level. Price has not been able to break the 7,200 level. As a result, we have turned bullish on this because other commodity currencies are bullish as well. So New Zealand dollar is likely to follow here. So the first target here is 72.80 and then 7,300. Oh, that's quite close. So we can go all the way up here into 73.50 level. So 72.80 is the first target, then 7,300 and 73.50. This is where we are from 4 hour perspective. We had talked about this level. It hasn't been able to break it. So now we're looking for further move to the upside. So once it breaks the 7,200 level, sorry, 72.80, these are the two levels we are looking for to the upside there. Right now it looks, so we have a bullish pin bar on the 1 hour chart, so it looks like we may see this move up further. And then yen here. Yen hasn't, we did see a drop in pound yen, but now we have, it looks like it's pushing back up. All the yen crosses look like they are pushing up higher. So in the dollar yen, we had looked at this bearish pin bar, and we were looking for a move to the downside, and we got that. Now we are looking bearish, but we are into important support. So 1,300. And this does look bearish. So from a 4 hour perspective, this is where we are. In terms of a potential entry, we could look for 113, even 70 could be a good level for a potential entry. So this is, so we're kind of looking for one of these moves to the downside. Target here will be 1,300. And then once this level breaks, it looks like we could get a further move to the downside. So that's the next target, 111.80 level right into here. So those are the targets in dollar yen. So dollar yen looks bearish. Pound yen, on the other hand, we did have a bearish close, but now we had a pin bar, not a pin bar, sorry, the pin in the bottom was approximately the same size as the body, so which makes it a bit neutral. So in this case, we need to see if the price is able to break 145.50 level. If it doesn't break it, we could see it go back higher into this 14700 level. So here's our 4 hour. This is kind of where it's going. So it's important for price to be able to break 145, this 50 level to the downside for it to continue lower. If it doesn't, then as I said, we're looking for price to kind of move into this 14700 level and even potentially go into this 147.80. So pound yen is more neutral, dollar yen bearish, euro yen here. Euro yen looks quite bearish, very bearish close for the day. And now we are looking for a follow through on this. This one is into support as well, just like this pound yen. See how it is into support here, and dollar yen is into support here as well. So is euro yen. So big, nice engulfing candle, and now it's kind of pushing off from there. So our bias is to the downside. However, 12900 level needs to be broken for this to move lower. In terms of a potential level for an entry, this could be, so 129, so 130. See this support and resistance level? So this is a nice level. So if the price stays below this, then we're likely to see it come back lower. And the first target in that case is 129 and then 128.20 level here. But if it doesn't break the 12900, we're looking for it to continue up higher. So that's, those are the three. Let's take a quick look at Euro Aussie here. Euro Aussie has had a nice break to the downside here, big, huge close to the downside. So this looks bearish, and we are likely to see price continue lower, especially with the bullishness we are seeing across the commodity currencies. So in this case, a good level to take a potential short would be somewhere around here. This looks like a good level. So 1.4900 level here. And we are looking for price to continue lower into 147 or 14800. So this is something that I would like to keep an eye on, because this looks bearish. Price has hardly retreated, and we have this inefficient move here that could get filled. So basically looking for price to continue lower into 1.4800. This would be a better entry, 4900, but looks like price does want to move lower. So this Euro Aussie looks short. This is another one of those. Euro CAD, again, price has moved lower, bearish close for the day, looking for further continuation of that move. And in this case, a good entry for a potential short would be 146.50 level here. However, we'll have to see if the price pulls back that much. So, or 14600 would be a good level for price to drop. So this is the 146 or even the 20 level. So into that, yeah, 14600 level. So price could go up higher there and then drop. But EuroCAD here, this is bearish as well. And this is Euro Pound. Euro Pound looks again bearish, bearish close on the day, and we may see a continuation from that. Sorry, these charts it's kind of switched me to the old charts because I had to restart my computer here. Okay, so those are the Euro Aussie and then Euro Pound. Sorry, here's a better chart. Here we go. So this is Euro Pound. This looks bearish as well. Big engulfing candle close here. In this case, that looks like a good level for a pullback. So price pulls back into this level and then drop from there. So 88.80 is that that's the 88.80 level. So going back into a lower time frame, this here 88.80 level. So the move that we may see is one of these. So price goes back, test that level, and then drop. So looking at further bearishness in Euro CAD as well. So sorry, Euro Pound as well. So Euro Pound, Euro CAD, Euro Aussie, all of those are bearish, and it looks like we're likely to see further move to the downside. All of those would be good ones to look for potential short opportunities. Here's our oil chart just to have a quick look at that. Oil actually looks like we still close lower for the oil. In spite of the oil inventories, we saw this whole kind of whipsaw. So not actually as positive as I would have expected. So commodity currencies, yesterday we had talked about how if they do raise rates, we are likely to see that bullishness kind of go through the commodity currencies. And I think that's what we are seeing here, as opposed to commodities themselves getting stronger. So we are, as long as dollar CAD kind of continues lower, we're likely to see Aussie and New Zealand potentially push up as well. And one of the reasonings behind this is that if Canadian central bank raises rates, we're likely to see Australia and New Zealand kind of follow in the footsteps as well, because they all kind of are aligned together. So that's what looks like it's happening right now. So we'll have to keep an eye on that, but those euro crosses may be the ones to look for potential entries. Okay, any questions before we call it a wrap? All right, if not, we will call it a wrap for now, and I will see you guys in the trade room tomorrow.